Hey guys, well every year our Chief Meteorologist Tony Cavalier travels to a couple of schools in our area to do a profile on the best of the class. We'll sit down with him in just a minute. But on this trip to Lucasville, Ohio just a few days ago, he learned there's a sensitive subject being discussed at school that isn't what you might think. Take a look.
There's a buzz around the Valley High hallways that has the Indians speaking out these days. Take Mr. Kaufman's Spanish class, where Cinco de Mayo turned into a fun exercise in Mexican history.
Es una infografía de Cinco de Mayo.
It was just Mexican culture, and just to try to celebrate, have a little fun in class, and something to look forward to. We've been talking about it for weeks. So give them something light and educational, but also meaningful.
A visit to Kelly Montgomery's art class unveils a future Madison Avenue advertising whiz, whose creativity and imagination seem boundless.
Art is working on set designs, and we're setting them up for the art show. Just put some paper on there and started painting away. This is a mixed media project that I made.
But just as the high school curriculum has modernized, so too has the role of the faculty, as teachers have adapted to meet the challenges of the 21st century. In Mrs. Crabtree's senior English class, that means learning to use literary devices like simile and alliteration, all the while opening the eyes of her students to the stark world around them. Not your father's version of reading a novel.
Differently is we use this nonfiction book and Dreamland. It is the true tale of America's opiate epidemic. I never dreamed when I started teaching over 15 years ago that I would be teaching a book such as this in my senior English class. It is brutal, and it is honesty, and it entails the heroin epidemic that is plaguing our area. And in the book, it actually talks about the high school that sits across the street from a maximum security prison. And we are that high school that sits across the street. I can see it right now.
I knew that here we have an opiate problem, we have heroin problem, but I didn't realize how severe it is. The book definitely I like how it went through how it came from Mexico to here, how it affected literally everybody, even doctors, lawyers.
On lunch break, the sophomores engage in a frank roundtable discussion on the ravage of American society, wanton drug abuse.
Teaching people not to go along with their friends, because I feel like a lot of things that I've just heard and seen over the years has been peer pressure, and people have gotten forced into getting this stuff in. And once you're into it, it'll start with a gateway, and then it just progresses throughout the rest of your life.
It's like a disease. It's like you think one time won't hurt you or anything like that, but then it might lead on in your genes to carry on into something like, I need this.
Well, there are kids also who have no idea and think maybe this is fun since everybody else is doing it, I should do it. If we had more of a educational way of learning about the negative parts of drugs, maybe less people would do it.
Speaking out in and out of the classroom. It's all part of a modern day of education at a progressive Ohio high school.
A lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of work. All right.
Wow, I mean, we know the drug epidemic here in West Virginia, unfortunately, is really second to none. But to hear high schoolers talking about it and being so candid with you is pretty surprising. Was it surprising to you?
Well, it was in the book, Dreamland. We had the author come through here a couple years ago. That picture is the Bony Fiddle section of Portsmouth, Ohio. Lucasville's 10 miles from there. And over the years, I've been to the county fair, and in the social fairgrounds, they have booze. And one year they grabbed me over and said, Tony, you've got to promote the education kids need on drug abuse here in Scioto County. And Scioto County is simply a snapshot of our area. It's a snapshot of America going on right now in America.
Wow, very interesting. Now, the students were very candid with you. They sat down, they opened up to you. What was the most surprising thing maybe that you heard from them?
And I was thankful that Jane Thayer, the principal, gave me all access to the kids.
Right.
But a lot of kids said that there are students here who don't understand what's being put into these drugs. And so what seems to be a recreational drug is that gateway drug that Colton was talking about that leads to heroin. So we see it here every day. They watch our news, some of them, and they say, we see what happened on your newscast with elephant tranquilizer being put into these drugs. So the kids need more and more education. Some of them are well educated on it, but others are not, and they're the ones we have to get to.
That's right. Education's always the first step to solving the problems.
I picked up the book Dreamland over at the Cabell County Library. It's available in your library, and it's being used as a teaching tool, not just for alliteration and personification, but real life history in America right now. It's about Portsmouth, Sauter County, and of course, Lucasville, Ohio.
Very good. All right. Thanks so much, Tony, for that. Tim, Brittany, back to you.